Hello, this is Jer, trying to explore and survive the beta version of the Frosty planet. In the last episode, found a way of melting water without the use of the kettle. We now have a power plant, so Cupid's able to give us some upgrades on our manual generators. And I'm now delivering some ice at this location. And thinking about getting some gas masks. Research for that is starting to happen now because that would make it much easier to explore up and down. I could potentially get a new dupe, but unless they've got frost proof, well, this one actually does, but requires light to sleep. Rocketry, probably not interested in that just yet. We'll take this cinnabar ore for now. Just clearing out a space here to build some pumps. But looking at this plant, nectar production halted. Let's see, branches must be fully grown and exposed to light in order to be productive. So I guess you get to choose between wood and nectar production. So I disabled the harvest on half of the tree, part of the tree. So you can see some wood being collected. Because this isn't being harvested, I suspect we're still able to produce nectar at this point. Okay, cool. So we've got the standard setup going in for collecting some oxygen. That's going to be collected right here, close to this electrolyzer. Team is prioritizing to take some time to get some water, or rather ice in this location, so we can start to melt more before the water that's here runs out. Prancer's destroying the bin. We've collected 6 tons of ice. It's going to be dropped down here. Hopefully melt to water at some point. Putting in some of the automation for this oxygen production system or filtering system. Notice that there's some cobalt from somewheres. That's interesting. So the more ice that is put in here, the longer it takes to melt. So I've got a giant piece, 6 tons, a little bit more, slowly melting, but the smaller pieces of ice next to it is warming a little bit quicker, so it probably makes sense to drop in some of that smaller pieces of ice. It's time to generate some gas masks, as well as put in some gas mask stations. We're going to start to explore the lower area first. Oh, okay, I see where cobalt has come from. It's this volcano. The oxygen filtration system is starting to run and collect some Oh. No. We've got the output pipe for everything but oxygen. Okay, we better fix that. Dupes have managed to isolate the little bit of carbon dioxide that was in this zone. We'll destroy that now. And reconnect this so we can get some oxygen in these gas masks. Now with this vent back in place, we can reconnect this pipe and get our oxygen filtration system back online. Well, we've got some plants that aren't too happy about the temperature increase. Probably due to this guy, the electrolyzer. Maybe we'll have to push these back a little bit. Got some gas masks at the bottom of the base. Let's just put a little slab here for the dupes to be able to run. And installing some gas masks up here as well. I was under the impression that the entire asteroid was frozen, but there seems to be an exception here. I haven't been removing eggs from this guy's stable, because I haven't noticed them. Is that an egg? Oh, that's the shape of their egg. Very small compared to the behemoth eggs that you get from these guys. Starting some research so that these dupes can remove those eggs easily. I have a feeling like you should be able to shear this guy, given their woolly coat. We'll see if that's the case with this shearing station. Yep, as soon as the shearing station is built, Prancer's running towards it. And we're going to see what we're going to get from this process. Thimbleweed, possibly? Maybe something completely different. Yeah, reed fiber. Awesome. Okay, they've got to shave back now. So it looks like this plant is not happy because of the heat. So as the base starts to warm up, which is good for the dupes, it is not good for a lot of the plants that they're depending on. Interesting. We are out of dirt. Fortunately, there is places we can mine it. The next reindeer to join the team is Donner. They are interested in ranching, so they can help us ranch. And of course, they are frost-proof, so I'm approving them to join. We found a shiny nymph. Oh, okay, yeah, we did find a shiny nymph egg, but we also found whatever this is, a spigot seal. And they're looking for food, along with the bonbon gourd. We gotta get over there and explore. Research is starting on animal control. We're starting to explore further away, but this whole ability to survive seems to depend on melting ice here. So we're going to put a ton of ice at each of these locations and throw that down where that warm water is. So we found some solid mercury that melts at minus 38. That could be quite a bad thing if we let that melt where it is eventually and fall down towards the base. So I'm going to have to be careful around that. Dancer is doing a bioscan on the security door. We found a vending machine. And some ice thrown down, so we can eventually have that melt. Got this temperature set to 70 degrees at the moment. We've got some pip eggs. We've got 2 wild bonbons growing up here. That seems to be the food that this guy wants to eat. We got a shine bug in the area, so it's growing sometimes, but I think it would make a lot of sense if we connect that with power. So we'll make a wire from here towards our base. Taking the temperature up to 80 degrees. Really want to make sure we've got water here so I can continue exploring in on this new game, DLC. That may be a bad thing. Ethanol, I just realized, has turns the gas at 78, so let's not do that. Let's tank that back down to 70. I've had a thought. What if I put a radiant pipe through here? I can somehow build it in this little section without this leaking. That might really accelerate this process of getting this water created and the ice melted. So we've got someone on the way to deliver some cobalt here to get this created. At the same time, we can start generating or building that pump to load in some ethanol to go around here. Where this area is being sealed up, research is being completed or progressing on a metal tile. Come on, Dasher and Prancer, let's get that research complete. Research has been complete. We even have ethanol making its way around here now. So let's install a metal tile and then seal this back up. Cobalt seems to be the main source of metal for the moment on my base. Just notice that standard and non-standard items exist in this drop-off. So I want to have a non-standard critter egg. Basically any critter egg at high priority will be dropped off here. This is going to be a place that only Prancer can go into. All the other reindeer are allowed up in this zone. And we've got our incubator being built by Donner. First egg to be dropped off is the pip egg. So we've got this area insulated once again. We've got that ethanol line going round, taking in some of the hot temperatures here, sending it up into this zone so we can get this water warmed up and ultimately ice melted before this gets too low. At least that's the plan. I see a giant egg about to be dropped off. Can't believe it actually fits through this little tube, but there it is. We've got the incubator set up. We're going to this Donner's going to go in there and drop off an egg again, but Prancer is now the only one allowed. I think the first egg I'm going to incubate will be this behemoth egg. Prancer is incubating the first mammoth egg, behemoth egg. After doing this one, we'll get them to do all the remaining eggs that we have collected from all our stables, plus the pip eggs. I would say that's gonna do for now. This whole exploration and really surviving comes down to this system. I've got to figure a way to keep this going, getting ice in, getting the ice melted, and having that turn to liquid water. Well, thanks for watching. Hopefully I will see you next time where we continue to find out what more surprises exist in this DLC. Oh, speaking of which, teleportation.